for me. Okay. The outline is I'd like to introduce very briefly silkworm and the virus-like particle and how to engineer VLP for improving display efficiency we use the Spidex bycatch system. As an example, norovirus-like particle and canine fiber-like particle. And I'd like to summarize. Silkworm. Now they are enjoying the dinner time. They are the biggest, I think types is the length is almost 6 centimeters, thickness almost 8 millimeters to 1 centimeter. They eat this kind of artificial diet. This is mulberry leaf powder, and I think some kind of nitrogen source. Why we use a silkworm for protein expression? Several reasons we have. First is expression level is very high compared to other systems. Usually silkworm can spit silk fiber 1.5 kilometers from its mouth. There is no animal, there is no insect, this kind of a protein in spit their mouth. No. And another thing is biochemical point of view, post-transferase modification is very similar to mammalian cell. That we can express easily eukaryotic cell, a protein. And next is the expression cost is very cheap because we don't need any bioreactor, we don't need any expensive medium, we don't need any expensive antibiotics. We need only one chamber, 28-degree controlled chamber. And the last one is in Asian country and also in India, we have a complete infrastructure in breeding and rearing silkworm. The next, virus-like particle. What is? A VLP defined as a particle which formed by self-envelope and or capsule protein of virus. They have virus protein. They can induce immune system. However, they don't have any genetic material inside of this particle. They cannot infect host. This is the reason why VLP is interest for preparing vaccine candidate. Already, as you know, papillomavirus-like particle is already commercialized for vaccine. And another, now 9 kind of VLP vaccine already registered for human purpose, for animal purpose. However, this VLP itself can work as a vaccine. However, we want to improve vaccine efficacy, or we want to use this kind of VLP as a different kind of purpose. We have to display something. We have to decorate this VLP. For example, this antibody, we display on surface this VLP and use for this antibody for binding assay system, or sometimes we want to use this protein-protein interaction assay. Also, sometimes we use specific some antigen want to display on this VLP for monovalent vaccine. Otherwise, two different kinds of antigen want to display on the VLP for divalent VLP vaccine. Like this, we can display some interesting protein on the surface of the VLP for our purpose. To do, conventionally use the chemical conjugation or genetic fusion. However, this kind of method might be cause misfolding of antigen. And though sometimes this kind of method break the VLP forming. That cannot be used. Structurally, breakage of VLP also. Most of the case, displayed antigen is very ununiform. Therefore, it's not uniform. Therefore, it's difficult to use a vaccine. This is a big problem. Therefore, to solve this kind of problem, we adopt the spike tag and spike catch system. Engineered VLP. The spike tag, spike catch system, and this protein engineered from fibronectin binding protein. This protein from Streptococcus pyogenesis. S stands for Streptococcus, PY pyogenesis. We call the spike tag, spike catch system. This protein easily divided by two subdomains. For example, here, asparagine 110 and alanine 111 amino acid can easily divide it. And we get a bigger subdomain, spike catch. A small subdomain is a spike tag. They have two amino acids, lysine and aspartic acid. These two amino acids easily bind together. We use this kind of property for VLP display technology. How to do? We use this kind of a monomer protein for preparing VLP. And this monomer protein fused with spike tag or spike catch domain, like this, and expressed. Here, you can show here, spike tag was displayed on the surface of this VLP. And then spike tag. Also, we fuse protein of interest. For example, antibody, antigen, or something functional protein fused here. And then we conjugate this spike catch and spike tag. How to do? We use lysine and aspartic acid. These two amino acids very easily form, easily bind also. They bind spontaneously. Here, we call isospeptide bonding. They formed, and also we call this molecular superglue. Therefore, we use this kind of a characteristic to display some protein on the surface of the VLP. For example, norovirus-like particles. Here, this is a cryotem image of norovirus-like particle. The capsid particle almost 32 nanometer. However, include this spike protein almost 50 nanometer. Little big VLP. And this particle composing a VP1 protein of norovirus. Therefore, we use using this VP1 for VLP platform. Here, VP1 protein for VLP preparation, and the VP1 and the spike tag fused using this spacer. And also, we want to expose the spike tag on the surface of this VLP. Therefore, we want to add some long linker here. This in here, 2 linker, 3 linker, is to expose more easily to outer surface of the VLP. Then we construct these 3 types of VLP and express in silkworm and analyze in Western blot, shown here. 3 VLP shown here, and all about the VLP was expressed in a soluble portion, very big band we can get. And we can easily purify this VLP like this, only 1 band. Here, by conjugation efficiency of norovirus-like particle, we decide here this VLP, and we display the spike tag on the surface of this VLP, and then separately we express a conjugation partner, is spike catch EGFP, is fluorescent protein. And finally, we conjugate these two proteins, shown here. EGFP displayed a norovirus-like particle. We can get like this. The result is shown here. First, we express conjugation partner, spike catcher, EGFP, shown here. This lane 1 is 44 kilodalton. However, lane 2 is a little lower molecular weight. Why? We deleted some part of the N terminal or C terminal of this spike catcher. Therefore, a little light conjugation partner. Next, express VLP in silicon also. Here, lane 3 is spike tech fused VLP. Lane 4, we added 2 linkers expressed as VLP. We added 3 linkers here expressed. And then we bioconjugated this VLP and this conjugation partner. Finally, we get this protein here. And here, this one only fused the spike tech, the VP1, very small intensity of a protein here. However, we put linker 2, 3 linkers, very thick band we can get. Also, same phenomenon we can get here. We mutated the spike catcher also same phenomena. Using this data, we estimate the conjugation efficiency here, like this. I mean the band intensity measured by densitometric analysis. Here is spike catcher EGFP. In this case, almost 17%. However, we add 2 linkers, 3 linkers. We improve the efficiency almost 3 times. Also the same result. Here, almost 30% efficiency. However, we use the linker and we can get more than 60%, almost 2 times. Improved bioconjugate efficiency we can observe. Here, we confirm the morphology of this VLP shown here. It's a VLP of norovirus-like particle. And here, fuse the spike tech, same morphology. We add here 2 linkers, also same morphology. We added 3 linkers, also same morphology. Therefore, we add linker, VLP formation is okay. And here we conjugate EGFP and increase almost 2 nanometer size, increase the size. We added the EGFP here, also 4 nanometer here. If we insert the 3 linkers, 6 nanometer increase. VLP size little by little increased by adding the EGFP fusion or adding the linker 2 or 3. And here, conjugation study, bioconjugation study. Here, this reactor, we prepared a conjugation partner, EGFP, spike catcher, also VLP, and bioconjugation at 4 degrees. Here, with increased reaction time shown here, conjugate partner amount decreased, they display on the surface of this VLP. Therefore, finally, we get this kind of result. This is a conjugation partner, EGFP, spike catcher, and the VLP, with increase of reaction time shown here. Decrease VLP amount, increase EGFP displayed amount. This phenomenon was shown in a graph here. Almost 5-hour reaction, almost at 80% reaction completed. It's very good. We don't need any enzyme. We don't need any specific reagent. We don't need any specific temperature. Only PBS buffer and fusion partner or VLP. We prepare everything. Very good conjugation system we can get here. Therefore, as conclusion, linker very facilitates spike tech molecule access to surface VLP because the link at the spike tag might be more exposed of the outer surface of VLP. It's the reason. Another example is a kinin particle. We investigate the structure of this VLP, shown here. We observe two loop systems here. Loop 1, serine 226, glycine 227. In this position, is most outer surface of this VLP. And another one is at loop 2 structure here. Threonine 391 and glycine 392 is also most outer surface of this VLP. Therefore, we target these two places, fusion to spike tag. Here, one is a loop 1 based VLP, another one is loop 2 based VLP was prepared, and then separately we express the GFP spike tag as a conjugation partner and by conjugate. Finally, loop 1 based VLP, loop based VLP, and conjugated EGFP. Which one is more efficient method? We want to know. Therefore, we started this research. We construct VP2 is the capsid of this CPVLP. Therefore, we use VP2 protein, and at loop 1 site we insert spike tag. Another one is loop 2 site. In loop 2 site we add another spike tag, and these two VLP expressed in the silkworm. Shown here. First, we also express this spike catcher EGFP as a conjugation partner of this system, almost 44 kilodalton here. And next, we express VLP. And this one is the only a VP2 protein. And the spike tag fused the VP2 proteins, a little increased molecular weight. And then spike tag was fused loop 1 and loop 2 site, same molecular weight. Finally, we bioconjugated this protein and this conjugation partner together get bent here. In VP2 protein, they have no spike tag. Therefore, spike tag cannot bind together. Therefore, we cannot find any molecular weight here, molecular band here. However, here, VP2 spike tag fusion protein, they formed this VLP, EGFP display VLP. L1 and L2, loop 1, loop 2 site inserted spike tag also can show the conjugation band. The morphology, really they form the VLP or not, you check. Here, a very similar morphology. You can confirm the size also 35 nanometer to 45 nanometer, very similar morphology. And also, another thing is, we have to confirm EGF really displayed or not, we have to confirm. How to do? We use the immunoelectron microscopy method. Here we use the anti-EGFP antibody as a primary antibody. And next we use golden nanoparticle conjugated antibody. It's a secondary antibody. This kind of system we can confirm the EGFP position of this VLP. Shown here, very surface of this VLP, you can confirm this black spot is the golden nanoparticle. It means in this position, in this site, EGFP was displayed here. Here, in this case, we cannot find many golden nanoparticles. It means this VLP has not so many EGFP was not displayed. In this system, this loop 1 site, we inserted spike tag, shown here many golden nanoparticle spot shown here around the VLP. Therefore, we think this system more efficient for display of functional protein. Quantitative analysis, really how much? We express protein from 5 silicon larvae and purify using affinity chromatography. And after we separate VLP from protein using ultracentrifugation, 20% suppressed gradient system. The result is total protein almost 600 microgram we can get. Only VLP, 10%, 6, 5, or 17 microgram. However, in here, this one, we insert spike tag, loop to site. We cannot get VLP. It means this construct cannot form VLP because we add spike tag, loop to site. The VLP was a break. It's a very, very significant problem. Therefore, we analyze only these two systems. Bioconjugate. Here, this one is SPT VB2. This one is we put a spike tag, loop one site here, and express a conjugation partner here, and also VLP expressed here, and then these two proteins bioconjugated. This one is very thin band intensity here. It's very thick band intensity, we can confirm. Therefore, using this data, we estimate the molecular number of EGFP. In this system, only 3 EGFP displayed on the surface of this VLP. This system, 46 EGFP may be displayed. Therefore, 16 times higher efficiency in this system. As a conclusion, loop one site is very important for spike molecule access to surface of the VLP because loop one site make spike tag more exposure to the outside of this VLP. Okay, almost no time. I want to summarize my talk. To improve the display efficiency, very important for VLP technology, also VLP engineering. Therefore, we studied molecular surface structure or conformation of the VLP, and this should be fully considered. And as our conjugation site, we select, in the case of neuroviolate particle, we use linker to extend the spike tag on the surface of the VLP. Another one is we chose loop structure. We chose loop one of this CPVLP. In that case, I think this spike tag was easily exposed on the outside of this VLP. Therefore, spike tags much easily attack, much easily access to this spike tag. Therefore, can be easily conjugate. It means we can improve the bioconjugation efficiency more. I think this is we think in conclusion. Okay, thanks to my lab member, also our research and student, and also thanks for S.A.S for supporting this research. We are pursuing this nanoflower now from silicon. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Professor Park, for the interesting talk on the VLPs using the silkworm expression system. So I have only one point here.
Yes.
Is there any clinical candidate either in the human or veterinary practice using the silkworm practice expression system?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
Silkworm is not mammalian cell. Therefore, medically, they worry about using this kind of protein. Medically, they want mammalian cell expression system until now. Therefore, we have to demonstrate this is really safe for human really I think very similar to mammalian cell. They can do post-translational modulation, it's finished. They can do phosphorylation, they can do amination. One thing they cannot do is glycosylation. They cannot display, silent acid. Human cell, mammalian cell, they display silent acid. They cannot. This is the most important disadvantage. However, expression yield very nice. Usually in this case, neurovital-like particle, 3 silicon, we can purify, we can get protein, 1 milligram of purified protein with VLP. Therefore, very good. However, clinically very difficult.
Okay, one more thing, like you said that the expression yield is around equivalent to 1.5 kilometer of the silk protein.
Yes.
So how much it translates to the microgram or milligram? Like how many larvae you can culture it together, and what is the yield like at lab scale?
Okay.
You mentioned somewhere that 5 larvae gives the 65 microgram.
In my knowledge, in the case of EGF protein, usually 1 silicon can produce 300 milliliter of insect cell culture. And compared to E. coli should be more, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, this session is open for questions. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent talk. So I have some questions regarding what is the size of your spike catcher and the spike tag? And if they interact, so what is the KD value? Like the antigen antibody or biotin streptavidin, which type of, compared to this, what is the KD value? So these two I want to know.
One thing is the size of spike catcher.
Catcher and the tag.
Spike catcher. I didn't remember exactly. I think
how big are they?
Very, very small.
I mean, what's the
Size
size?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Are they immunogenic? Because if I want to tag a protein with this,
yes, a very small one.
It's two, like, are they immunogenic?
Immunogenic. Also, I didn't check. I'm sorry.
And do you know the KD value, the binding constant?
Binding. I'm sorry, what is it?
The KD value.
Yes.
The binding constant.
Binding.
Such as avidin, streptavidin, they have 10 to this 15.
Maybe you can have one-to-one discussion and clarify.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Congratulations, Prof.
Thank you very much.
This is Abhay Pandey. Just one question.
Yes.
You have shown the importance of linkers
Yes.
in not only in the production of protein but also conjugation.
Yes.
And you have gone till 2 linkers, 3 linkers.
Yes.
That is GS4 and ACT linker.
Yes.
Why you have not gone to 4, 5, 6?
Okay. We select this linker, this alpha helix forming linker, the 5 peptide. I think it's too long. It's much difficult to this way. Therefore, only with 2 or 3 linker. This linker is very rigid form, conform rigid form. As you know, linker is 2 kinds. One is a flexible one, like this flexible one. Another one is our use the linker is a very, rigid one. Therefore, this polymer surface here very rigid. They go outside surface. Therefore, easily, access to spike catcher. This is our intention. Therefore, we didn't more try. Only 3 is maximum now.
Maybe more linkers, more regulatory complexity.
And more complex structure, I think.
So